I want to start by saying something that is going to feel uncomfortable, and I need you to stay with me until you hear the whole thing. Because if you walk away after the first 60 seconds, you are going to miss the part that actually makes sense of it. Here it is. The most loving thing you can do for your children right now, not one of the most loving things, the single most loving thing, is to stop sacrificing your retirement for them. Not because you do not love them, because you do. And because what looks like helping them from where you are standing today is quietly setting up a situation that will hurt both of you more than you can see right now. I know that sounds backwards. I know it might even feel selfish to hear it. Give me the next 11 minutes. I am going to show you the real math behind this, the real emotional cost of getting it wrong, and exactly what you should be doing instead. Let me tell you something I saw play out in my own family before I ever started talking about money publicly. My uncle, hardest working man I have ever known, spent his entire 50s draining his savings to help his two kids. One was in college. One was a young adult who kept running into hard times. Rent here, car payment there, tuition here, a loan there that was never really going to be paid back. And every time my uncle wrote a check, he felt like a good father. He felt like he was doing the right thing. When he hit 67, he had almost nothing left. He was not able to retire. He ended up moving in with one of those same kids, not because the kid did not love him, but because there was no other option. And here's the thing that still gets me. That kid, the one now supporting his dad, had a student loan, a manageable student loan at a reasonable interest rate, and he was doing fine. He would have been fine without the sacrifice, but nobody told my uncle that. And by the time anyone did, it was too late. Comment below right now and tell me honestly, are you currently putting your kids' needs financially ahead of your own retirement savings? I am not asking to judge anyone. I am asking because I think the number of people doing this right now is much higher than most people realize. And if you are one of them, I need you to hear what comes next. According to a 2025 PRIPE study, roughly 50% of parents were offering financial assistance to their adult children. And on average, those parents were paying $1,174 per month in direct support. Every single month, $1,474 that is not going into a 401k, not going into an IRA, not compounding, not growing, just flowing out to adult children who, in the vast majority of cases, have financial options their parents simply do not have. The same study found that 17% of seniors are financially supporting their children over the age of 26. Over 26, these are not babies. These are adults with incomes and options, and their parents are quietly bleeding their retirement dry to help them while telling nobody and feeling guilty for even thinking about stopping. A Citizens Bank survey found that 30% of parents have borrowed against their 401k or liquidated personal funds to pay for their children's college. 26% paused investing entirely while their child attended college, and more than 60% of parents now expect to delay their retirement as a direct result of redirecting funds to their kids' education. Stop for a second and feel the weight of that. 60% of parents are pushing their own retirement back permanently, in many cases, to pay for college that their children could finance through loans, scholarships, work-study programs, and merit aid. College costs average nearly $60,000 annually at private institutions and over $27,000 a year at public universities. Those numbers are real. They are painful. But here is the number I need you to hold next to them. Your child can borrow money for college. There is a federal loan program specifically built for that. There are scholarships. There are grants. There are work-study options. There are community college pathways. There are ways to fund an education that do not require your retirement account to be gutted. There is not a single program, institution, or lender on earth that will give you a loan for your retirement. Nobody's going to show up at 71 and say, here is $200,000, pay us back when you can, your golden years are covered. That does not exist. Your child has options. Once the compounding years of your retirement savings are gone, they are gone forever. That asymmetry, that fundamental difference between what they can access and what you can access, is the core of why this conversation matters so much. Subscribe to Wise Dude right now, if nobody in your life has ever explained this to you that plainly before. Because this is exactly what we do here every single week. Real talk about real money situations that real families are living through right now. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell. Let me show you what the math actually looks like so this stops being abstract. According to the most current data, Americans believe they need $1.46 million to retire comfortably. The median retirement savings for households aged 55 to 64 right now is $185,000. That gap is enormous even before someone starts pulling money out to help their kids. But here's what makes it devastating. If you are 50 years old and you need to reach 1.26 million by 65, you need to invest approximately $3,958 every single month to get there. Not $1,474 going to your adult child plus $3,958 for retirement. Just the retirement piece alone is $3,958 a month. If you are handing $474 to your kids on top of that and reducing your own contribution by the same amount, you are not behind by $1,474. You are behind by the compounded future value of that $1,474 over the next 15 years, which at a 7% average annual return is closer to $425,000 in lost retirement wealth, not from spending it on yourself, from giving it away to someone who had other options. Like this video right now, if that number just landed on you in a way it maybe never has before. Because I think a lot of people have never actually run this calculation. They see the monthly amount going to their kids and it feels manageable. They never see the compounded cost on the back end. Now I want to talk about the guilt, because I know it is there and I am not going to pretend it is not real. Every parent who is doing this is doing it because they love their children. Full stop. That love is not the problem. The problem is a misunderstanding of what actually helps. Here is what actually helps your children in the long run. A parent who is financially secure at 70 is not a burden. A parent who has retirement income, who does not need to move in with their kids, who does not need their adult children to start quietly subsidizing their life, who does not create financial stress for the next generation, that parent is giving their children one of the greatest gifts imaginable. Financial freedom from having to worry about mom and dad. The parents who sacrifice everything for their kids and arrive at 70 with nothing are not giving their children a better life. They are transferring the financial problem from today to tomorrow, from themselves to the next generation, at a much higher cost. The airplane oxygen mask analogy exists for a reason. You secure yours first, not because you matter more, but because if you pass out, you cannot help anyone. Your retirement security is your oxygen mask. Put it on first. Share this video with every parent you know who is in their 50s and doing this right now. Because the window to change this is not infinite. The compounding years are precious, and there are fewer of them every month this continues. One share from you could genuinely redirect someone's entire retirement trajectory. So here is what you should actually do instead. In 2026, if you are 50 or older, you can contribute up to $32,500 annually into your 401k. That is the standard $24,500 limit, plus the $8,000 catch-up contribution for people over 50. If you are between 60 and 63, that number rises to $35,750 under the Secure Act 2.0 Super Catch-up rules. Add an IRA on top and you can shelter another $8,600 per year from taxes while it grows. Every dollar you redirect from supporting adult children into these accounts does not just save that dollar, it multiplies it. Meanwhile, your child can explore income-based repayment federal loan programs where monthly payments adjust to their income, apply for merit-based scholarships that have nothing to do with financial need, consider starting at a community college and transferring to save tens of thousands or work part-time during school, as millions of students do successfully every single year. None of these paths are easy. But neither is watching your parents struggle at 72 because they gave everything away in their 50s. Here is the honest truth that I think most parents need to hear from someone who is not going to sugarcoat it. Your kids are going to be fine. They are young. They have time. They have options. They have decades ahead of them to build income and wealth and stability. You do not have those decades for retirement. The runway is shorter. The math is less forgiving. The tools are still powerful. Catch-up contributions, Social Security optimization, index fund investing, but only if you actually use them instead of sending the money somewhere else. Your children need you to be okay more than they need you to write them a check. Most of them, if they truly understood what was happening, would tell you exactly that. So stop waiting for them to say it and start acting like it is already true, because it is.